The video opens with a truly peaceful scene. Lily is sound asleep in her cozy bed, covered with a warm pink blanket, and curled up next to her favorite bear-shaped pillow. While she is still lost in her dreams, Dad, the man in his familiar hat and blue shirt, has quietly gone out to the garden. He begins his daily task of cutting the lush, green sweet potato vines with a sharp sickle. While Dad is focused on gardening, the little daughter stirs and wakes up. Still sleepy, she quickly puts on her small, cute straw hat. Then she moves to the window, her big round eyes shining with curiosity as she watches Dad working in the garden. Dad continues with his work. Unable to sit still, the active child nimbly jumps to the ground and runs towards her dad. She comes to his side, perhaps to call out, "Dad!" and get his attention. The man turns around, his eyes full of love as he checks on his little girl. But while he is busy talking to his daughter, an unexpected accident happens. The sharp sickle accidentally cuts Dad's hand, and it starts to bleed. The little daughter, with quick instincts and boundless love for her dad, witnessed the whole thing. Her eyes widen in horror when she sees the blood on Dad's hand. Without a moment's hesitation, she dashes back towards the house, her heart filled with deep sorrow and worry.
Trời ơi, ba thịt mình đấy. Thịt mình cắt vào tay đấy. Thấy không?
The small child disappears for a moment and returns with a first aid kit in her hands. Although it's quite large for her small frame, she still struggles to bring it out to Dad. She quickly opens the kit and hands the antiseptic bottle to her dad.
Đấy, trời ơi, ba cho ba hả? Trời ơi, cảm ơn Ly nhá. Ai da, cảm ơn Ly, bắt tay cái nào, giỏi quá nào. Cảm ơn nhá. Cái này để sức vết thương đấy, không?
The dutiful daughter carefully watches as Dad disinfects the wound, then quickly hands him cotton balls and gauze to bandage it.
Này, cái bông. Lấy gạt tí nữa con, lấy gạt tí nữa. Đúng rồi, lấy cho bạn. Cảm ơn con nhá. Thế mà đấy. Đúng rồi, cái gạt, đúng rồi. Đó. Kéo vào đây nha. Đây, đúng rồi.
Seeing her dad in pain, her heart aches, her gestures clearly showing her care and concern.
Làm sao đâu cần bẩn đấy con nhá. Ba không sao ha. Trời ơi, tay dễ thương quá ha. Không sao. Đây đang cột rồi. Chù chà, sao đâu. Đúng rồi, đây cột bên đây ha, cột bên đây ha. Đi vào cho con nhé. Con này không cắt nữa,เอาtay quá. Này, bỏ cái đứa ba cái. Này, bỏ kia đi, bỏ hộp đi con. Đây như này con. Cái này tí đi cho heo ăn nhá. Cái này cắt đi ha.
After the wound is temporarily treated, Dad and his little daughter go back inside the house together. Their mood's a bit heavy because of the incident. Back in the cozy kitchen, Dad carefully slices the sweet potato into small, bite-sized pieces on a wooden cutting board. Sitting at the table, the little daughter curiously watches Dad's every move, her big round eyes never leaving him. eagerly waiting for her favorite food.
Này đồ ăn này ngon đấy không?
When the hot pieces of sweet potato are served, Lily enjoys the simple but happy meal.
Ngon quá hả? Thôi Hà, vào đây con. Xong rồi ha.
After eating, Dad gently places the straw hat back on his little daughter's head and then starts cleaning up.
Con xuống dưới uống sữa đi, để sữa uống đi con.
Meanwhile, the little girl toddles over to the yellow refrigerator, thinking of a cool carton of milk. She uses all her might, trying to open the heavy door. But when the door swings open, an empty silence greets her. There isn't a single carton of milk left inside. The excitement on her face vanishes, replaced by tiny, slumped shoulders full of sadness as she slams the cabinet door shut. Seeing the clear disappointment on his daughter's face, Dad's heart aches with love. He comes to her side, sits down, and reopens the empty refrigerator. His voice gentle and warm. The milk is all gone, sweetie. Let's go buy some, okay?
Chào bà tí nha, con xin lỗi nha. Phải lấy tiền ha. Ủa, cái ví bắt đâu nhỉ?
With that, Dad gently lifts her into his arms, comforting her.
Nhé, để bà kiếm con nhé, được không? Đi. Xin lỗi nha, đi ngồi chờ bà tí nha.
Dad places his daughter on a soft yellow beanbag chair and goes into the bedroom to find his wallet. He searches through the wardrobe, looks in every drawer, but the wallet is nowhere to be found. A hint of confusion crosses Dad's face. While waiting, the little girl seems to understand her dad's problem. With strong determination, she gets off the chair, goes into the room, and climbs onto a small cabinet. There she finds a red piggy bank, her treasure. Without any hesitation, she pushes it off and it shatters on the floor. Money spills out. She picks up a bill and quickly runs to the living room. Proudly handing it to her dad like a savior. Dad takes the money in surprise, initially thinking his daughter had found his lost wallet. He holds her in his arms, his heart melting at her action, lovingly thanking her, without knowing that it was all of her savings. Afterward, Dad carries his daughter, and they both get on their old green motorcycle and head to the supermarket. Joy quickly returns to the little girl's face as she gets to go shopping with her dad. Dad picks out bananas and milk, and his little daughter enthusiastically helps him put the items in the basket.
Kéo vào đây hả? Đi nè. Đây nè, đây nè. Đi ra. Đây đi.
At the checkout counter, Dad holds his daughter, feeling an unusual warmth and peace. The two return home.
Cô ghế ngồi đi. Cô ghế ngồi đi con. Rồi đi ha.
Dad carefully puts the newly bought milk cartons into the now full refrigerator.
Cho mình bỏ chuối nha.
He peels a banana and gives it to his daughter, who is sitting obediently at the dining table.
Ăn ha, có một miếng nha. Ăn thử cho ngon. Chuối ngon lắm. Ngon ha. Ngồi đây ăn nhé, bắt bếp vào gọc nhé, thấy chưa?
Then, Dad goes downstairs, intending to do the laundry, when he suddenly sees his wallet sitting on top of the washing machine. He freezes. Looking into the bedroom, he sees the broken piggy bank and the scattered coins on the floor.
Sao heo đất lại bể thế này? Tiền này.
Everything suddenly becomes clear. The dad's heart aches as he realizes his precious daughter sacrificed her treasure just to help him buy milk.
Bác đi ví nè bà. Bác đi ví nè. Cái heo bể ly hả? Con đặt heo hả?
He goes back to his daughter, gently holding up the broken piggy bank and the wallet, his eyes filled with a love that seemed to say, I know what you did. Thank you, my girl.
Biết đặt heo lấy tiền cho ba luôn hả? Cảm ơn Ly nhá. Thôi để đây ha, để đây nhé. Tí nó dọn đi nhá, thấy chưa? Ha, để bà dọn đi nhá. Giỏi lắm, ăn đi con. Ly ơi! Ly ơi!
A little later, Dad returns with a new, bigger, and more beautiful piggy bank and places it in front of his daughter.
Đây. Wow! Nè, thấy chưa? Thích chưa? Heo của Ly đấy. Ha. Lần sau đừng đặt heo nữa nhá, Ly nhá. Ba tiết kiệm cho Ly đấy. Để mua quần áo cho Ly ha. Thấy chưa? Bao. Này này bao. Xem thử coi. Này lấy đi. Cầm đi. Cầm đi con, cầm đi. Cầm đây. Đúng rồi, cầm đi con. Được không? Được có ha. Thôi đi nào. Đi nào. Bài này ba làm lại cho Ly nhá. Ba làm lại cho Ly nhá. Ba mua heo cho Ly rồi. Nè, bà đi dọn này, dọn này. Đấy, bà đi dọn heo này, thấy không? Đó.
He tenderly shows her how to put her savings into this new home.
Nó vào chân nó đứt chân đấy, nghe chưa? Cẩn thận đấy chưa? Này, bỏ tiền đây cho Ly nhá. Này, bỏ tiền lại ha. Này.
And together, they pick up every last coin and put it inside.
Đây, đưa tiền đi cho ba này. Đi đây. Đúng rồi. Rồi kia đấy con, đi đây. Kia kìa, kia kìa. Đây. Đây này. Đây, giỏi quá. Đó. Đúng rồi. Ở đây nha. Đúng rồi, đúng rồi. Đây bà cho thêm Ly nha. Trả lại cho Ly này. Nhá, có tiền thì ví rồi. Này. Trả lại cho Ly nhá. Đây ha. Đây ha. Đây ha. Rồi. Này, con xem đi. Rồi, con ra đây. Rồi, con ra đây.
Finally, Dad places the new piggy bank back in its old spot. Not just to hold money, but to hold a priceless memory of his little daughter's love. After a long day of work, Dad returns home, exhaustion evident in his steps and eyes. He quietly drifts off to sleep on the bed, seeking a bit of peace. In the quiet space, his little daughter sits obediently at her lovely wooden table, engrossed in her lessons. Joy suddenly lights up in her eyes as her best friend, Sam the pig, comes over to play.
Hey. Oh. Hi. Hiya. Ahem.
Seeing Sam resting comfortably on the yellow beanbag chair, she runs over, delightedly climbs onto his back, and affectionately gives him a gentle scratch. Their innocent friendship brightens the whole room. Suddenly thinking of her dad, her heart fills with boundless love. She thinks about how hard Dad worked all day, and a sweet idea comes to mind. She gently gets off her friend's back, runs to the refrigerator, carefully takes out a carton of milk.
One. Oh.
And then adds a cool yogurt, intending it as a small gift for Dad when he wakes up. She places the yogurt neatly on her study table, then picks up a pen and carefully writes a single word on a piece of paper, a word that contains her whole world. Dad! But unfortunately, before the letters are even finished, the mischievous Sam, driven by curiosity, runs over and eats the entire yogurt that she had prepared for her dad with all her love.
Oh.
When she turns back and discovers the empty yogurt cup, the little daughter's world seems to collapse. Her loving gift has vanished. Her eyes well up with tears, her face showing extreme disappointment and anger.
Hey.
She feels her heart ache with sadness, hurt that her own best friend had unintentionally ruined her plan. Without a word, she runs straight to the garden out back. Finds a quiet corner by the lotus pond and sits alone, letting her frustration and tears flow freely.
Bỏ Ly ơi. Ly. Bỏ sao Ly? Ly đâu rồi?
When Dad wakes up, he doesn't see his little daughter anywhere.
Sao bày dữ vậy
He
trời?
searches the house and sees the empty yogurt cup on the floor, along with a few stains Sam had made.
Em thấy chưa à? Trời, ghê quá. Trời ơi, cái lợn này. Đấy. Lau nhá. Đấy, bẩn hết rồi. Thấy chưa? Cái tìm đi ha. Sao sữa chưa uống sữa kìa? Cái tìm đi ha.
Dad quickly
Yeah.
cleans up, then sees Sam's seemingly guilty face, and he senses that something is wrong and hurries off to find his daughter. Sam the pig also trots along behind, seeming to understand the mistake he has made.
Ly ơi, Ly. Ly ơi. Ly ơi, Ly. Ly ơi. Ly là gì thôi? Anh nào đi ra tìm Ly nào. Đi đâu rồi đó?
Dad looks everywhere and finally finds his daughter sitting
Ly.
alone by the lotus pond, looking
Ly,
utterly
anh ngồi đây.
dejected.
Anh ngồi đấy, qua đây nào.
His heart sinks.
Sao ngồi đây? Sao ngồi đây?
Dad gently approaches her without a single word of scolding
Dạ đây
and
hả?
just tenderly
Dạ
lifts
ngồi
her
đây
into
hả?
his arms,
Hả?
comforting her.
Tìm gì đấy? Đâu có cái gì cần tìm hả? Sao? À, bé xem nào, xem nào. Sao giận hả? Giận gì hả? Giận ai? Giận Điền hả? Thì phá banh cái nhà Ly đúng không? À, đây hả? Không sao nhá, thấy chưa? Không sao nhá. Bảnh cho xíu ha. Bảnh cho xíu ha.
Sam the pig also comes closer, gently nuzzling her with his snout, as if offering a sincere apology for his gluttony.
Rồi nhá.
After his
Hey,
daughter
Dad.
has calmed down in
Hey,
Dad's
hey.
warm embrace,
À,
he leads them both out to the green lawn.
Ly vẫn giận
He
này,
places
đúng rồi.
the little
Lên,
girl
lên,
on
chơi
her
đi con.
pig
Đúng
friend's
rồi.
back.
Béo quá nhỉ. Ăn gì đấy đây hả? Phá đồ Ly đúng không? Phá đồ Ly giận đúng không? Đúng không Ly? Hả? Đấy, hết giận Ly rồi. Nhỉ? Ôm này, ôm này. Đúng rồi, ôm này. Giỏi lắm. Đấy, heo giỏi thấy không? Trời ơi. Xem nào. Ly, không được giả điểm nữa nha. Được chưa? Mai còn đi chơi với nhau nhá. Được chưa? Đúng rồi. Được. Rồi, chơi cái điểm đi con.
With Dad watching over them, the two little friends happily play together again. All the anger seems to have melted away with the sunlight, leaving only their pure friendship and the loving, healing care of her dad.
Cái gì cỏ thấy chưa? Đi dọn đấy, dọn đồ đấy.
Under the golden afternoon sun, the story begins with the image of the diligent monkey, Lily. With a determined look on her face, she was struggling to pull a small wooden cart along the dusty dirt path leading to the garden. Upon reaching the lush green garden, Lily's eyes lit up when she discovered large, round watermelons with dark green stripes lying peacefully on the ground. She joyfully picked the first one and easily loaded it onto the cart.
Oh.
The second one, however, which was much larger and heavier, proved to be a great challenge. Lily struggled for a long time, using her entire little body to roll, push, and find every possible angle to get it onto the cart. After many efforts, with one final powerful heave, she managed to hoist the heavy watermelon into the cart with a sigh of relief. Just when it seemed everything was going smoothly, an unexpected incident occurred on the way home, pushing the cart laden with her harvest. The front wheel of the cart suddenly sank into a deep hole in the middle of the path, causing the cart to jolt to a halt and tilt sharply to one side. Lily used all her might, gripping the cart's handle tightly and straining to pull, but it wouldn't budge. Beads of sweat began to form on her brow, and a sense of helplessness slowly crept in. Right at her moment of despair, a friendly pig with a jet black coat who was wandering by saw her struggle.
Hey. Oh, hi.
Without a moment's hesitation, the pig ran over, letting out encouraging oinks, and used its strong snout as leverage to push from behind, while Lily pulled with all her strength from the front. Thanks to their perfect teamwork and the power of friendship, the cart slowly moved forward and was freed from the hole. Lily was so overjoyed she was speechless. She ran to embrace the pig to express her sincere gratitude.
Bye-bye.
Afterward, Lily successfully pulled the cart of watermelons all the way home to her yard.
Dad!
Đi đi. Cái gì đây? Đi đâu về đấy? Cái gì trời?
Her dad came out to greet
Ngồi
her,
chưa hả?
looking at the fruits of her labor with a proud look in his
Đi chơi mà
eyes.
không ngoài kìa Ly. Hả? Thèm dưa à? Đi thèm dưa à? Hả? Chín chưa một Thu Hoài? Ba thấy là chưa chín đâu nha. Thế rồi. Hơi non á. Nè. Con không búng được không biết đúng không? Dưa này chưa chín đâu ha, để ba bổ thử nhá. Được không? Mà sao kéo về hay hả Ly? Đây đây này. Wow, 2 quả luôn hả? Con này ba làm cho xem này. Bên đây ngồi đi. Đây, ba làm cho xem thử nhá. Xem có chín không ha? Nè, bỏ muỗng đây ha. Thử nhá, bỏ đây thử ha. Trời ơi. Vội quá mà phải chờ tới chín ha.
He took one of the watermelons she'd brought and cut it open, but unfortunately, the flesh inside was still white and unripe. Seeing Lily's face fall with disappointment, her dad smiled comfortingly. Luckily, he had already prepared a ripe red watermelon in the refrigerator.
Thử miếng coi. Đó. Chín đỏ không? Đây, ngồi đây, chờ ba tí nha, bà cắt cho Ly ăn nha.
He took it out and cut it into cool, juicy red triangles for Lily to eat.
Chín đỏ không? Chờ ba tí nha, bà cắt cho Ly ăn ha. Đúng rồi, phải biết bình tĩnh chờ đợi ha. Đây. Rồi đi nào. Đấy, làm thế nào cũng để dành cái ly này thấy không? Thấy không? Rồi cũng ngồi ghế đi.
As the sweetness of the melon melted in her mouth, the sweetness of kindness also welled up in Lily's heart.
Chưa được nữa nhỉ? Không ăn được.
She suddenly remembered the kind pig who had helped her. Without hesitation, she placed the best slices of melon on a plate and carefully carried them out to the garden to share with her friend. As the sweetest and most sincere thank you.
Oh.
The story continues on an afternoon when the summer heat was still quite intense. To chase away the heat, Dad decided to make a refreshing calamansi drink. And Lily was, of course, an indispensable companion in all his plans. The two went out to the small garden behind the house, where the calamansi tree was heavily laden with plump, green fruits, gleaming under the sun. Dad reached for the clusters of fruit on the high branches, while Lily proved to be incredibly helpful by wearing the bamboo basket on her back, positioning herself to catch all the calamansi her dad picked. Every time a fruit was picked, a characteristic light, zesty aroma spread through the air, which was incredibly pleasant. Before long, their bamboo basket was filled to the brim with fresh calamansi, promising a wonderful drink.
Đi nhanh nào con, đi nhanh về nào. Em về làm nước uống nào. Rồi, thế nào? Thẳng qua đi ha. Vào đây. Nào, để cho bạn. Đây, vào đây bắt cho. Vào đây nha. Vào đây ly nha. Đây đây nào. Đây, chuẩn bị nha. Nhìn đã quá ha. Thơm lắm. Này, đi bỏ đây thứ ba đi. Đúng rồi, đây nữa. Dài lắm. Bỏ đây thứ ba đi. Giỏi. Đây nữa. Nấu trước được ha.
After bringing a full basket of calamansi home, while preparing, Dad discovered they were out of sugar.
Hết đường rồi Ly.
He immediately gave Lily a very important mission to go to the supermarket and buy sugar.
Tiền đây. Đây, đi xuống đây, bà lấy bỏ túi cho Ly nè. Bà lấy tiền bỏ túi cho Ly nhá. Nhá, chưa? Đây, bà bỏ tiền đây cho con nhé.
Dad carefully placed a banknote into Lily's small shoulder bag, reminding her to be very careful.
Tí đi trả người ta chưa? Đây, bà cho thêm miếng trái cây này.
And added an apple for her to eat along the way.
Đang đi đường thích thì lấy mà ăn nhé. Nào, lấy mũ này.
With this great responsibility on her shoulders, Lily put on her hat, confidently said goodbye to her dad, and bravely set off. The village road seemed longer than usual under the midday sun. After a short walk, her small legs began to tire, and Lily decided to rest on a shady rock by the roadside. She took out the apple her dad had given her and happily enjoyed its crisp, sweet taste. But in that moment of relaxation, a critical mistake occurred. As she pulled out the apple, her small bag tilted slightly. From the gap, the flimsy banknote slowly slid out and landed right beside the rock. Engrossed in her delicious apple, Lily was completely unaware. After finishing her snack, the little monkey carefree continued her journey, her mind still set on the mission her dad had given her. Being a bit of a wanderer, Lily even stopped for a moment to curiously watch a neighbor working before moving on. When the supermarket came into view in the distance, Lily decided to stop and get the money ready.
Đi qua đây ta. Ai đây quay hả?
She reached her hand into her small bag. Her little hand fumbled around, and then fumbled again. There was nothing. The bag was empty. Panicked, Lily turned the entire bag upside down, shaking it in desperation. Her young mind raced, and then an image flashed in her memory. The moment she sat on the rock and pulled out the apple. Knowing she must have carelessly dropped the money, Lily didn't think twice. She turned around and ran back down the old path. Lily's heart pounded in her chest. She ran with all her might, her eyes scanning everywhere. When she got back to the spot, she searched in every crevice of the rock and under every blade of grass. But the banknote was no longer there. It had been picked up by a young man who had passed by. She slumped onto the rock, a sense of failure and guilt enveloping her small body. The flow of people and vehicles still rushed past, but Lily's world seemed to have stood still, submerged in the silence of despair. Just then, as Lily's eyes welled up with tears, a familiar figure approached. It was the young man from before. He had come back looking for the little monkey sitting all alone. He held out his hand, and nestled in his palm was the familiar crumpled banknote. Lily bowed her head repeatedly in gratitude to the kind young man, took back the money as if it were a treasure, and without delaying another second, quickly ran to the supermarket. At the supermarket, after a quick scan, Lily found where the bags of sugar were. She quickly grabbed one, put it in her basket, and brought it to the checkout counter with the most serious expression.
Đây rồi Ly. Đây là ha.
When she got home, Lily proudly handed the bag of sugar to her dad, feeling as if she had just completed the most difficult mission of her life.
Đúng rồi Ly ạ. Giỏi lắm, đường nè, đúng rồi. Giỏi lắm, cảm ơn Ly nhá. Xem nào, mua cái gì nắp bì hả? Giỏi quá nhỉ. Sao đi có mệt không? Có nắng không? Thôi bây giờ mình lên làm nước uống nhá. Đi nào. Đi nào. Sao đi về muộn thế? Hả? Có việc gì trên đường à?
Together, the two of them finished making the calamansi drink.
Cái xe cộ mình né ra bên nhá. Con ngồi im nhá. Để bà lấy nước nhá. Này, chắc là khát nước không? Uống thêm tí nước được không? Đúng rồi, uống thêm tí nước cho nó mát ha. Khát nước đúng không? Trời nắng quá nhỉ. Trời vài tí vào làm cái ly nhá. Bây giờ rồi. Ly lấy cho ba cái máy kia không? Cái máy kìa, lấy kia. Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi, mang đây cho ba này. Giỏi quá, cảm ơn. Ngồi im nhé, cùng ăn trà ra nhé. Ăn thêm tí vào cho nó dễ uống ha. Thấy không? Thấy chưa? Này, cầm máy thử xem. Này, cầm máy thử xem. Này. Rồi. Đây. Này, cho thắp vào đây nha. Này, không? Thấy chưa? Đây này, lấy cho vào đây này. Vào đây, bỏ xuống. Chua đấy, chua đấy. Chua đấy. Rồi. Cho vào đây nha. Cẩn thận, cẩn thận ha. Gì nào? Nha. Đây, chỉnh đi nha.
Finally, Lily got to enjoy the delicious, cool glass. The drink now held not only the sweet and sour, refreshing taste of summer, but also the taste of relief, the taste of a valuable lesson, and the sweet taste of kindness between people.
Đã ha. Ngon hả Ly?
On a peaceful weekend morning inside the house, Lily, in an adorable white t-shirt and pink pants, was sitting on her familiar yellow chair. Amidst that clear atmosphere, the iron gate let out a heavy creak. Lily turned around, the smile on her lips not yet faded before it froze. Her dad walked in.
Bà mới đi tiêm về ha.
But unlike other days, he looked tired and weary. He had just come back from getting an injection. His face was pale, his forehead beaded with sweat. Seeing him, Lily suddenly felt her heart tighten.
Đúng không? Nhé. Cho con tiền đi mua gì ăn nhé. Này bà mệt bà không ăn được ha.
He didn't go into the kitchen as usual. His voice was hoarse and weaker than ever. I'm a little tired, Lily. I just got an injection, so I need to rest a bit today.
Đây, bỏ tiền đây cho con nhé. Đâu nhỉ?
Then, her dad took out a few bills and carefully placed them in Lily's small cloth bag. Can my daughter go buy food by herself today? He asked gently. Remember to be careful on the road, sweetie. In his tired eyes shone a boundless trust for his little girl. Lily nodded softly, a great sense of responsibility suddenly sprouting in her small heart. The little girl obediently pulled her small cart out of the house by herself, each step filled with determination. Only when his daughter's small figure had disappeared beyond the gate did her dad let out a sigh of relief, then walked into his room. Quickly swallowed a pill and lay down on the bed, letting the fatigue gradually take over him. The world outside was noisy and bustling, but in Lily's eyes today, everything seemed different. The road to the rice shop seemed longer, the crowds more hurried. But she was no longer timid. Her small hands gripped the handlebars tightly, with only one thought in her mind: to complete the mission her dad had given her as well as she could. At the shop, she ordered with composure, her clear voice making the shop owner smile in surprise. Sitting and eating alone, she looked just like a real grown-up. But in her heart, she couldn't stop thinking, I wonder if Dad is feeling better at home. Would he like this dish? After she had eaten her fill, Lily did not forget the most important thing. She thoughtfully bought an extra portion of hot rice, wrapped it carefully, and placed it on her cart like a precious treasure. On the way back, her little legs grew a bit tired, so Lily stopped by the roadside to rest for a moment. But her eyes never left the precious box of rice. It was not just food, it was the love and care she wanted to give her dad. Arriving home, the house was unusually quiet. Lily quickly placed the rice box on the table and ran into the room. Her voice clear but full of concern. "Dad, please wake up and eat." Her dad, who had been dozing in his fatigue, was startled awake by his daughter's voice.
Ủa hả? Về à Ly? Ừ? Về rồi hả? Sao? Gì đấy? Ừ? Hả? Có gì cho ba hả? Ừ? Sao? Có gì cho ba hả? Ừ? Ừ? Gì đấy? Ừ? Ăn cơm nữa hả? Ừ? Cái bún ba nè. Ừ. Ăn thử đây. Ba đói bụng quá. Đi ra ngoài ha. Có gì cho ba hả? Đây. À. Đâu, ngồi xem.
He slowly walked out to the living
Ba đói
room.
bụng quá. Không mua gì cho ba hả? Không mua hả? Đâu? Đâu? Không gì cho ba đâu.
And then he froze. On the table, a box of rice was placed neatly, still steaming faintly, carrying the fragrant aroma of food.
Ôi, muốn cơm cho ba luôn hả? Xem nào, không có gì ở đây nào? Có gì ở đây hả? Muốn cơm sao đây? Con nói người ta muốn cơm gì không? Hay cơm trứng gì không? Ủa, người ta cẩn thận quá nhỉ? Wow, cơm trứng
A
rau.
warmth,
Giỏi quá nhỉ?
not just from the rice box, but also from his little daughter's love, spread throughout the room, chasing away all his weariness. An indescribable emotion welled up inside him, a lump forming in his throat as he was overcome with feeling, part touched, part bursting with pride. She also sensibly got a carton of milk from the refrigerator to drink.
Con bỏ cái trứng đây. Để ba tí. Đây. Khát nước hả? Đúng không?
He looked at Lily, his eyes slightly red, and said in a trembling voice,
Cơm ngon lắm
"Dad,
nhỉ?
thank
trứng rau
you,
ngon
my
nhỉ?
daughter."
Đúng không?
That meal was truly special. While her dad ate, seemingly with more appetite than ever, Lily sat beside him, her heart filled with a sweet joy.
Uống từ từ thôi ha. Để sặc mũi nhé. Hết rồi hả? Hết rồi hả? Ừ.
And the most adorable moment was when she finished. She quietly put the empty carton neatly into the trash bin. That day, without anyone teaching her, little Lily had learned the greatest lesson of care and love on her own. She had truly become a devoted caretaker, a boundless source of pride for her dad.
Wow.
A few days later, while engrossed in a nature program, Lily's eyes widened and lit up. On the screen, tiny yellow chicks were using their little beaks to break through their eggshells. Without a moment's hesitation, she turned off the TV, put on her favorite straw hat, and transformed into a tiny explorer. Her weapon was her small pull cart, ready for an important mission. The destination, the back garden, where she believed a treasure was waiting. Found them, Lily whispered.
Wow, you won! Oh.
Remembering the images on TV, she knew that these eggs needed a very warm home. With the meticulousness of an architect, Lily began to gather dry straw from nearby. She arranged it carefully in her cart, creating a nest even cozier than the original. The most crucial step had arrived. Lily held her breath, gently using her two tiny hands to cradle each egg. She could feel their warmth and weight, imagining the little chicks sleeping peacefully inside. One by one, she carefully placed them into the new nest on her cart. When all the precious treasures were secure, she let out a sigh of relief. She pulled the cart and hurried back home, her steps quick, occasionally glancing back as if afraid the mother hen would come running to reclaim her children. When she got home, just as our little scientist was puzzling over how to start the incubation process, her dad appeared.
Ủa? Đâu vậy Ly? Nãy giờ ngồi xem tivi à? Ồ, đi đâu mà đồ đó này? Ồ, trời. Đâu đấy? Gì đấy? Ồ, ở đâu đây? Trứng sống ấy. Ngoài vườn hả? Lấy trứng gà ngoài vườn hả?
Seeing his daughter's project, he chuckled. In a warm voice, he gently explained to Lily that these eggs couldn't hatch into chickens because they were missing a few magical elements of nature. Seeing the flicker of disappointment on Lily's face, her dad immediately suggested a more appealing plan B. How about we turn these eggs into a delicious cake? Lily's eyes, which had been downcast, instantly lit up at his suggestion. The idea of a fragrant cake immediately chased away the sadness of the failed incubation project. The kitchen was soon filled with laughter. Instead of cradling and incubating, the two of them began with the shell-breaking stage. Her dad showed Lily how to skillfully crack an egg on the side of a bowl. Lily was very enthusiastic, helping her dad separate the yolks.
Tách ra, mình tách ra đúng không? Đó, này. Tách làm đỏ này. Nhìn đẹp chưa? Đấy, mọi người thấy không? Mình tách làm đỏ này.
Ready, set, and go! Yay!
Đấy. Rồi. Nào thử nghĩ thôi ha. Rồi, đi qua đây cô trở lại cho Linh nào. Này nha. Đấy, này sạch sẽ ha, mình làm cái làm bánh được nhé. Đúng không? Đây, sạch sẽ mới làm bánh được ha. Đấy, ui giời. Sạch chưa? Rồi. Rồi, ngồi đây ha.
Thank you!
Tay lúc nào sạch sẽ nhé, mình bắt đầu mình làm bánh mới được nhé. Sạch sẽ ha con. Ăn vào bẩn là đau bụng đấy, thấy chưa? Wow, thơm rồi. Rồi, cây sạch này. Đó. Để mình trộn nhé. Này, trứng đỏ đẹp không? Rồi, đi nước vào trộn ha. Này. Đấy, đúng rồi. Đã ha.
The most fun part was mixing the batter. The whisk seemed a bit too big for Lily's small hands. She had to use both hands, straining with all her might to stir the mixture.
Thấy chưa? Cắm nữa, cắm kia đi. Đúng rồi. Đấy. Thấy chưa? Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi. Tí xíu ha. Ừ. Rồi, bà cho nó cứ đớp một tí thôi mình.
When her little arms grew tired, her dad's large, warm hand would cover hers, helping her finish the job. The small kitchen, instead of being silent with the anticipation of hatching eggs, was now bustling with laughter and the clatter of baking tools.
Muốn phụ bà, đây. Cho mình bị thang lát mình cho nước vào ha. Thấy chưa? Thấy không? Được không? Được không? Ok, sắp được rồi. Rồi, cho bà tí ha. Tắt điện chuẩn bị bếp ha. Muốn xúc hả? Được rồi. Đây, không qua đây. Ở đây nè. Đây. Bà cho đi xúc nha. Bà đi xem ha. Nóng chín ha. Chưa xúc này đây ha. Xúc này rồi con mèo nhá, xúc này rồi con sò nhá. Đấy, thấy chưa? Thử ra con thử xúc không? Này cầm đây. Đó. Xúc ở đây nha. Đó. Con đợi đứng lại, đúng rồi. Đấy, đó. Đứng lên coi. Rồi. Xong rồi.
While the cake was baking in the oven, a sweet, fragrant aroma began to fill the entire house. Lily couldn't take her eyes off the oven's glass door.
Cái tí ha. Lau lại sơ tí ha.
Finally, a cheerful ding rang out. Her dad carefully took the cakes out of the oven. They were perfect.
Đây, bật đầu tay đây. Ôi chà, nóng quá. Con đèo nhá. Rồi, đi nè.
The two of them sat together, carefully tasting the first piece while it was still warm.
Hôm nay bà làm hơi dở đấy. Yeah. Anh nghe phải làm ngon hơn cho Ly nhỉ? Ly ăn hả? Giỏi quá. Cảm ơn con nhé. Tưởng ba làm dở chứ ai ngờ ba làm ngon này.
The sweetness of the cake melted in their mouths, soft and fragrant. The eggs may not have hatched into a flock of chicks as Lily had hoped, but they had hatched into a different kind of magical result.
Thơm ngon đấy chứ.
They hatched a sweet aroma that filled the kitchen, hatched adorable smudges of flour on her cheeks, and most importantly, they hatched an afternoon filled with joy and warm love, a memory that both dad and daughter would surely never forget.
Nhìn Ly và thấy ba cái thèm đấy. Ngon quá ha.
One beautiful morning, in a small and cozy house, a clever little girl named Lily was engrossed in watching cartoons. Her dad wanted to make the apple-filled buns that Lily loved so much, but he discovered they were out of flour. A gentle voice called out from the kitchen, "Lily, could you come in here with me for a moment?" Lily reluctantly tore her eyes away from the screen and quickly ran into the kitchen.
Okay.
"Let's make those apple buns you like, but we're all out of flour. Can you help me by going to the supermarket to buy some?" Dad said to Lily. Hearing about her favorite buns, Lily squealed with delight and nodded eagerly, ready to take on the important mission.
Bây giờ ba bỏ tiền đây cho con nhé.
Her dad tenderly placed a small blue helmet on her head, carefully fastening the strap, and then put a cute little backpack on her.
Ở nhà ba dọn cái bếp xong rồi về là ba làm cho Ly nhá. Đây, giỏi lắm. Ly cẩn thận nhá. Đúng rồi.
Confident and independent, Lily walked out onto the porch by herself, where her familiar wooden cart was waiting, and began her little adventure with a look of determination. After a short distance, she saw a few small children playing happily. Drawn in by their cheerful laughter, Lily stopped her cart, intending to run over and play. But then she suddenly remembered the important task her dad had given her. She couldn't keep him waiting. Lily quickly said goodbye to her friends, gripped the handle of her wooden cart, and hurried towards the supermarket. She arrived at the supermarket, her bright eyes scanning around for the items her dad had mentioned. She stopped at the fruit counter, carefully selecting the reddest, juiciest apples.
2.
Lily knew this was the secret ingredient for their wonderful buns. After carefully choosing the apples, Lily also picked up a small bag of flour, loaded everything onto her cart, and began her journey home.
Thank you. La la la.
On the way back, while pushing her little cart full of her successful haul, Lily suddenly saw an old woman sitting huddled by the side of the road. She stopped her cart, hesitated for a moment, and then, without further thought, took the biggest, reddest apple from her basket, trotted over, and placed it in the old woman's hand. Although no words were spoken, Lily felt a warm joy spread throughout her body. That small act made her feel happier than watching a good movie or eating a delicious treat. When she got home, Lily proudly showed her dad her successful shopping trip.
Dad. Dad.
Ồ, về đây con. Đồ đâu? Rồi, chào ba Tiến nhé. Đây rồi ha. Đi thẳng quá ha. Đi bộ thôi nè. Rồi. Đâu, qua được vào đây thử thế nào. Đó. Chào mọi người nhá. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu mình làm bánh cho Ly nhá. Ly thì mình bột sẵn rồi này. Rồi, táo này. Hôm nay mình làm bánh táo ha. Được không?
The two of them went into the kitchen together. The small kitchen suddenly became lively.
Ồ. Rồi, tiền đâu ra súp nào. Súp này.
Dad poured the flour into a bowl and slowly added water while stirring.
Súp. Giỏi quá. Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi. Vậy thôi ha. Đây rồi. Trộn lên tí ha. Dẻo quá hả? Thì dẻo kéo luôn. Đã quá ha. Mẹ miệng đẹp lắm liền nha. Đấy, thấy chưa? Nghe. Thấy không? Wow.
When the dough started to come together, he said, "All right, time to use our hands. But first, we have to wash them very well." With that, he lifted Lily up to the sink.
Giờ lấy sạch sẽ mình làm bánh nhé. Quên mất ha.
Carefully carefully lathered her tiny hands with fragrant soap
Đây, đây, đây,
and
đây.
rinsed them with clean water.
Bạch bông. Rồi, con đứng đây nào. Qua đây. Tay cho ba nào. Ui giời. Quá ha. Đấy, mình như vậy lát thì mình ăn phải đau bụng ha. Đó. Ai chả thơm quá. Thơm quá rồi ha.
After they both dried their hands, Dad began to knead the dough on the table until it was smooth and soft.
Bắt đầu tiếp nha. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu nhân trộn bột này. Đây. Em cần đi. Đúng rồi, tao muốn cầm lắm hả? Đây. Thử đi, thử đi. Lấy đi, lấy đi. Đây này, đây này. Và lấy đi, lấy đi. Đây đây, đúng rồi, đây đây. Đây đây. Đúng rồi.
Lily watched with curiosity and imitated him, taking a small piece of dough and molding it in her hands, thoroughly enjoying herself.
Đúng rồi. Dính cái đáy bếp á, dính cái gì à? Đúng rồi, giỏi. Thơm quá ha. Bây giờ mình chuyển qua mình làm cái này nhá. Đây ha.
While they waited for the dough to rest, they moved on to making the filling.
Đây, bạn làm gì? Rồi, cái này bạn làm 8 cái ly nhá. Chú ba được không? Chú ba được không? Này. Đúng rồi. Giỏi lắm. Kim giỏi. Ngon quá hả? Cái này ba cắt táo và bỏ vào trong nhân nhá, nhân bánh nha.
Dad peeled the apples and diced them into tiny, neat cubes.
Ngon quá hả?
Lily helped by putting the cut apple pieces into a bowl.
Rồi.
The most exciting part finally arrived. Dad pinched off small balls of dough, flattened them into wrappers. placed a spoonful of apple filling in the center and skillfully pinched the edges together, creating beautiful little buns. Lily didn't shape the buns herself. She sat beside him, watching his every move with a look of pure admiration.
Dính cái đáy bếp á. Dính cái gì ạ? Ngon không? Đây.
Each time her dad finished a bun, he would hand it to her. She would carefully take the masterpiece with both hands and gently place it in the steamer, arranging them neatly for the final step.
Bạn đây ha. Dạ không? Thử đi. Đúng rồi. Đây, cho xem này. Muốn xem đúng không? Rồi, con bỏ trên kia đi. Đúng rồi, giỏi quá. Đây nha, bỏ đây ha. Đẹp không? Bỏ kia đi coi. Giỏi. Bạn lấy cái này để đi ăn nhé. Ngon hả? Để bạn đi hấp bánh ha.
When the buns were all lined up in the steamer, Dad placed it on the stove to steam. While they waited, they prepared some more fruit for dessert.
Xong rồi hả? Xong rồi hả? Xong rồi rồi. Đây cho ba nào. Cho ba rửa tí nữa ăn bánh nha.
Soon, when the pristine white buns were cooked, a sweet, fragrant aroma filled the entire house.
Chào tí nha. Chào tí nha. Chào xíu. Bánh nhân táo nè.
Dad carefully took the buns out and placed them on a plate.
Đi một cái vào một cái nha.
Wow.
Rồi, đi thôi. Đi thôi. Đây, ngồi đây ha.
He set the meal on the table. Lily sat in her chair,
đây.
eagerly looking at their creation. She picked up a fork, carefully speared a piece of a bun, and slowly brought it to her mouth.
Ngon quá ha. Không ngờ lại ngon vậy ha. Như này bà. Bên trong có nhân đấy, nhân táo đấy. Lần đầu tiên đi ăn cái bánh này mọi người. Bánh nếp ấy. Bánh nếp nhân táo.
The sweetness of the flour and the aroma of the filling blended together, creating a truly special flavor.
Ngon nhỉ? Ngon quá. Anh nhìn nha. Bếp ha.
The simple meal was filled with laughter and happiness, the sweet result of their combined effort and love. Under the warm morning sun, Lily, with a small bamboo basket on her back, walked with her dad through a garden shaded by banana trees, starting a joyful day of work.
Tới rồi. Đúng rồi.
Wow, you won.
Đây, thấy chưa?
Thank you.
When they reached the green vegetable garden, the clever Lily, already wearing her cute straw hat,
Để bắt đi những cái đậu non để ăn nhá.
briskly followed her dad to harvest. They each had a task. Dad picked the long, green bunches of vegetables, while Lily carefully took them and placed them in the bamboo basket on her back.
Đây, giải chơi này đi.
Oh, wow.
Không? À.
Dad.
Oh.
She was very eager, actively reaching out to help her dad, and soon the basket was full, the fruit of their hard work.
Cho ly này. Cho ly vào đây này.
Huh? Oh.
Này hơi nhiều Ly ha. Đi chưa Ly ơi? Đi chưa? Đi về thôi.
Ahem.
Xuống này. Xuống đi.
Yahoo!
Rồi đi nào con.
After harvesting a basket of fresh long beans from the garden, Lily and her dad went inside.
Ở đây con. Đúng rồi, ở đây ngồi này. Đây. Bây giờ phụ ba mẹ này tí không?
Okay.
Đây, bà chị đi vẽ nha nè. Đó, con bỏ đây nha.
Lily sat beside him, attentively helping him snap the long beans into shorter pieces to prepare for
Thấy
lunch.
chưa? Đây, xong rồi ha. Ui, giỏi quá. Bỏ đây con. Đúng rồi, giỏi quá. Này, bẻ thử cái này này. Giỏi quá. Con ngồi đây nhá, ngồi đây chờ ba tí nhá. Ngồi xem TV chờ ba tí.
While her dad was busy in the kitchen, Lily looked out into the yard and saw plastic bottles scattered about. She frowned at the messy sight. Without needing to be told, an idea popped into her head. Lily ran out to the porch and began her cleanup mission.
Wow. Hey.
She went around the yard, carefully picking up each bottle and placing it neatly in the cart. The clinking sound of plastic bottles accompanied Lily's every step. When the cart was full, she used all her strength to pull it to a weighing station outside.
Hi.
There,
Bạn giúp
she
bỏ vào đây cho tôi
carefully
nhé.
unloaded all the plastic bottles into a large basket.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ồ, cũng được nhiều đó. Để mình cân thử nha. Bạn xem nè.
The buyer
Hey,
placed the
20.000.
basket on the scale and after checking the weight, gave
20.000
Lily a
nha.
small amount of money.
Để mình lấy tiền cho. Của bạn nè.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Lily was thrilled to hold the first money she had ever earned and happily pulled the empty cart back home. She arrived just as the delicious smell of food wafted from the kitchen. She ran inside, proudly showing her dad the money she had earned.
Chào bà tí nha. Có cái ghế ngồi chào bà tí đi. Có ghế ngồi đi con. Chào bà tí nha. Có gì cần đây. Để đâu đi con? Cho ba hả? Cho ba hả? Con nhé.
Her dad was surprised, then laughed affectionately, his eyes filled with pride. He patted his little daughter's head, praising her for her diligence and initiative. Lunch was ready on the small wooden table. Dad had prepared a hearty meal of steamed sweet potatoes and green beans for Lily. She sat at her table, happily enjoying the delicious food.
Làm gì có tiền đấy hả? Giỏi quá ha. Đấy, bà thưởng cho Ly đấy. Món này thì ngon này. Ngon lắm. Đúng rồi đấy. Món quái cầu của Ly hả?
Lunch that day seemed tastier than ever because it was seasoned not just with flavor, but with the sweet taste of hard work and the boundless love between a father and his daughter. At midday, the summer sun was quite harsh. Dad was still diligently hoeing the soil in the garden, while Lily, wearing a wide-brimmed straw hat and a bright yellow outfit, watched him attentively. After a moment, seeming to want to help, she moved closer.
Đi đâu vậy? Ly ơi, nắng ấy, ở nhà đi tới đây làm gì? Hả? Trời nắng đấy, ở nhà nghỉ đi nhá, ốm ở nhà nghỉ đi con. Ha. Tí nữa ba về mua đồ cho ăn nhé. quay này, trời ơi, quay này. Nhưng mà sâu hết rồi. Sâu hết rồi. Thôi đi vô mát nghỉ đi con nhé. Đi vô mát đi con.
Noticing his little daughter's forehead was beaded with sweat, Dad stopped his work and said gently,
Đi ngồi đây nhé.
Lily, it's very sunny. Why don't you go inside and play where it's cool so you don't get sick?
Đang ốm đừng có ra ngoài nắng ha. Được chưa con? Ngoan lắm. Ngồi đây chơi nhé. Ta làm xong thì ba đón về.
Obeying her dad, Lily nodded and ran towards the house. Dad continued his work. He then used a large blue watering can to water the plants. But instead of going all the way inside, Lily found a shadier corner of the garden to play in. Seeing some eggplant plants laden with fruit, she picked a few to eat. Afterwards, spotting a familiar guava tree, Lily playfully climbed it for a while. When she got bored, she climbed back down.
Lily về rồi.
As soon as her feet touched the ground, Lily suddenly discovered a large, round watermelon hidden under the leaves nearby. Her eyes lit up. This was an unexpected discovery. She immediately ran over and, with all her might, tried to roll the watermelon towards where her dad was working. But the watermelon was too heavy. It only budged a little before stopping. After struggling for a while with no success, Lily decided to go find reinforcements. She ran back to where her dad was working. Seeing Lily, her dad asked in surprise,
Đi đâu đấy?
"Oh,
Hả? Cái
I
gì?
thought you went
Chưa về
inside."
à? Chưa về à? Không thấy nắng hả? Chưa đi về à? Về nghỉ đi chứ. Ốm về nghỉ đi chứ con. Ra nắng ốm nữa đấy ha. Sao có cái gì đấy? Có cái gì hả?
Lily pointed towards the bushes, gesturing and
Sao?
chattering
Có gì hả?
as she recounted the story
Tìm
of
được
her
cái gì hay
treasure
à?
discovery.
Vậy hả? Đâu, sát tay xem nào ha. Sát tay xem nào.
Understanding his daughter, Dad smiled and let Lily lead him by the hand to where the watermelon was.
Có gì cho ba xem đâu. 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 Đi đi. Đây. À, bên đó hả? Đâu, đi ba xem nào. Bên đó hả? Ui trời ơi. À, wow. Đây hả? À. Trời ơi, sao lại con vải trời. Biết nó chín chưa nhỉ? Ba trời chưa chín á. Bắt sớm quá đi. Bắt hơi sớm đấy. Đỏ xanh đó. Này, ta thử xem. Mai nay về làm nước cho Ly hả? Thôi rồi để ba về nhá. Này mong là nó chín ha. Chứ xanh là nó dở lắm đi ha. Rồi, bắt sớm quá. Bắt sớm quá ha. Phát hiện ra hả? Nếu nó chín thì tốt
Dad
ha.
gently lifted the watermelon and helped Lily carry it home.
Đi con. Đây này, đây cầm này. Qua đây, con trong đi, bà đóng cửa ra. Qua đây, bà đóng cửa ra, không sao đâu. Đúng rồi. Đi nào đi. Rồi, đây. Con đấy. Đây, con đây. Này mệt quá ha. Thả nước ép ha. Con đây ở đây nè, con đây ở đây nè. Con đây ở đây nè. Đây nhá. Đấy, sẽ mình làm nhá. Chưa? Sẽ mình làm mình đồ ăn cho mình ăn ngon đấy chưa? Không đau bụng nhá. Rồi. Đây, ngồi đây ha. Đây là cái ly nhá. Xanh rồi Ly ơi, xanh rồi. Xanh rồi. Xanh rồi. Wow, chín à, chả 3 kg nhá. Rồi, chả 3 kg. Để lấy sâu nhá. Tôi bỏ này ha. Này bỏ này bỏ nhá.
In the kitchen, as Dad used a knife to peel the watermelon, Lily didn't sit still. She got a basket, and each time her dad cut off a piece of the rind, Lily would quickly pick it up and put it in the basket, keeping the kitchen tidy.
Đây nhá. Đây ạ. Đây nhá. Ta cho đi miếng nhọc thế nhá. Đây đi thử đi. Được chưa? Đặt miếng này. Chứ đừng ngọt lắm nhỉ. Chưa? Cái đấy thì nhạt nè. Ngon nè. Này nước ép thì ngon đúng không? Ha. Đây bỏ cái thứ ba nhé. Cầm bỏ đây thứ ba này. Đúng rồi. Được. Ngon không? Chờ tí nhé, bạn lấy cái máy ha. Cắt cái ly nhiều nhiều nhé, ăn cái đã ha.
After peeling it, Dad carefully cut a heaping plate of watermelon for Lily with all the seeds removed.
Đi này. Đi này, bạn lấy nước uống cắt ha. Vào ghế đi.
Lily sat at her little table, using a fork to eat each sweet, juicy piece of watermelon.
Ăn đi, bạn lấy nước rồi nhá. Xong chưa? Ăn xong đi.
After she finished eating, her dad brought her a glass of cool watermelon juice. Lily happily took the straw and savored the sweet treat from their garden, a perfect reward for their hard work.
Ăn xong đi nghỉ ngơi nhé, ăn xong uống xong đi nghỉ ngơi nhé, thấy chưa?